Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Dan from Dark Previews, and I'm back. I've got another 3 picks in this video, 2 player props, 1 same gamer. I'm getting in early today, so there's not as many markets that are available, but let's get straight into it. Let's not waste any time. Our first pick, you've probably seen him on the channel before. We're taking my man, Joel Embiid. So it's another 76ers game, another Joel Embiid bet. He's on an absolute hot streak at the moment, scoring the ball, but we're not touching his points today. I like his over. 5.5 assists against the Toronto Raptors today. Now, Embiid, he's hit this line in 15 of 24 games so far this season. Good for 5.9 per game. But he's currently going through his worst stretch in terms of assists so far for the year, covering in only one of his last 5 games, averaging 3.8 assists per game. Now, Embiid, he does have great form against the Raptors. I love that. In his last 2 matchups this season, he's recorded 8 and 7 assists against the Toronto Raptors. I took the time today to watch some tape of the 2 games that they played this season. What I found was that if Joel Embiid catches the ball in the post, they're going to be doubling him from the weak side. So what that means is they'll be coming from behind him. They won't be double teaming from the top. If they double team from the top, it's too easy for him to kick it out to a shooter. So they seem to double team him from the weak side. And what we found is Tobias Harris, Kelly Oubre Jr., backdoor cuts, easy layups, or corner 3-pointers. Another thing that I found is if Joel Embiid catches the ball at the top of the key, what the wing defenders naturally do, they sink in to prevent him from driving. So they're paranoid about him getting to the rim. They sink in as soon as he catches the ball, which then leaves, Tyrese Maxey and Kelly Oubre wide open on the wings. So I do like the thought of he just dropped 51 points against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The whole league's on notice. The Raptors have him next. The Raptors don't have the size to deal with him. They're not going to try to let him go one-on-one with Jakob Poeltl all night. So they'll be doubling him often and early to get the ball out of his hands. And hopefully for us, that means he's going to cash these assist numbers. So I'm hoping the Raptors, they've been devising a plan all day. That's what I'm hoping. After these masterclass against the Timberwolves, and we see a whole lot of Joel Embiid assists today. Very next pick, I like Scotty Barnes. So this is the same gamer. Scotty Barnes for 4 assists and 8 rebounds. You can get this for $1.95 or -105 odds. Both of these legs, they do have a positive EV in my opinion, and Scotty has been consistent as hell in clearing these all year. So Scotty has covered this rebounds and assists line in 19 of 27 games so far this year. So based on probability, this should be priced at around $1.50, but we're getting it for $1.95. Scotty Barnes, he's covered his rebound line. Let's talk about that first. He's covered that in 7.5 rebound line in 21 of 27 games so far. That's a 78% hit rate. I'm pretty confident that this line's going to move to 8.5 by the time the game kicks off. He's covered this line in 3 straight games against the 76ers as well. 8 rebounds, and 9 rebounds. The 76ers, they also allow the 5th most rebounds to small forwards so far on the year. And a lot of that's due to Joel Embiid, to be honest. He pretty much deletes the center from getting a chance to get a rebound, leaving the small forward, power forward, and everybody else to try to pick up the rest. Now, looking at his assists, Scotty Barnes, have a look at this. He's covered this in 25 of 27 games so far this year. That's a 93% hit rate covering this prop. The fact that we can get it for $1.20 is a steal. He's covered it in 3 straight games against the 76ers. 8, 5, and 8 assists. So for us to ask for 4 assists is nothing. To be honest, these 2 picks together, I think they're great odds for a play that hits so often. Like I said, we're getting it for $1.95. Based on probability, it should be priced at $1.50. When you factor in the matchup, it's not a difficult matchup for Scotty to get this either because he hit both of these in 3 consecutive games. So line shop through the different sports books to get the best odds for this one. But I'm really liking this one. So best of luck to us. Let's go, Scotty. And our very last pick. I'm liking Nikola Jokic today to record a triple-double. So I got this at $2.20. Line shop around. You can probably get better odds for it. But we're talking about plus money for this one. Plus 120 for those you in the US. It's been 8 days and 3 games since Nikola Jokic last recorded a triple-double. And I'm backing him to get another one against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, I faded him a few times since Gordon and Murray re-entered the lineup, and it didn't bite me in the ass until the last game against the Toronto Raptors, where he exploded for 31 points, 15 rebounds, and 6 assists. I feel like he's found his groove again, and I think we're about to see an excellent 2 weeks of basketball from Jokic. So if this one hits today, we're probably going to see a lot more of Nikola Jokic on this channel. But what better way to keep the strong performances going? By filling up the stat sheet against a team you've dominated in the past. Take a look at this. Now, Nikola Jokic has recorded a triple-double in his last 4 games against the Brooklyn Nets, dating back to January 2022, which is unbelievable. Most recently, he did it a week ago. 8 days. 8 days ago, smashed a triple-double against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the Nets just don't have the size to handle Jokic. They've got Claxton and DeAndre Sharp. They're the only bigs that they run with. Neither of them are big enough to handle Jokic. So I think the rebounds are going to come pretty easy for him. I guess the most risky part of the bet is his assist. His line is at 9.5. Some places have it at 10.5. But, he managed to hit this triple-double a week ago against Brooklyn and only playing 30 minutes. So this game being played in Brooklyn, I'm hoping the Nets are more competitive and they keep Jokic on the floor for a bit longer. If we can get 35 to 40 minutes, I think this cashes with ease. Look, and I guess the pivot here is if the triple-double isn't an option, I think the easy pivot to take would be his points and rebounds line. That's over 22.5. I probably feel more confident in that than I would the triple-double, but we're getting plus money here. So let's take a little bit of risk, scoop up a couple units. But yeah, really liking Jokic to have a big game. I was going to do a value play on Nikola Jokic. Something I was looking at was under in his points, over rebounds, and over in assists. But I've done a dive into the numbers, and especially this year when he gets a triple-double, he's usually going over in points as well. But a lot of those triple-doubles came when Murray and Gordon weren't in the lineup. So then Jokic had to score a little bit more. But then I was 26.5. It's too low for me to take the unders. If it was 28.5, I'd take the under. The 26, I wouldn't. So, and I even tried to see, what if we did 25 points, over in rebound, over in assist? I wasn't getting the odds that I like. So chose not to do a value play on him at the moment. I do have a couple leans at the moment for the Phoenix Suns game. I think there's some value in that one, but the lines aren't out for that yet. So if you're interested in seeing what I do for those games and everything else, you can jump into the Discord, completely free. I post all my picks on there. I don't charge a cent for that. But yes, enough of the picks. Let's get straight into a recap on the day that was. All right. So we only had the 2 plays. Kobe White over 22.5 points. We'll start with that one first. Started off a little bit slow. In my prediction for this game, I said he needed to shoot a better field goal percentage today. I was confident that he would because he always bounces back quite well. What we needed for Kobe was to maintain his aggressiveness. Now, he did shoot 66% from the field, connecting on 10 of his 15 shots. The problem for us was only 15 shots, and he only made 2 3-pointers. So I saw a lot of people taking his over 3.5 3-pointers today, which didn't cash. So I think a lot of people lost their Kobe White bets just today. But I just happened to be one of them as well. So he shot the higher percentage, which I thought he would, but he didn't take enough shots. He didn't take any free throws at all, and he didn't make enough 3-pointers. So we got done on the hook with that one. That was a bit frustrating. And then the next one, we had Ja Morant over 28.5 points. I honestly got really worried about this bet. What was it? When I checked it, when I woke up this morning, it was probably 5-6 hours before the game. I jumped on YouTube. I checked to see what other cappers are doing. What are their videos like? And everybody was backing Ja Morant over in points. 28.5, 29.5, 30.5. The line was just moving up. All the YouTubers who do NBA picks were picking Ja Morant overs, and I was just thinking, oh, shit, this is not good. There's too many of us on it, which means it must be too obvious. And then it ended up blowing up in our face. So he only finished with 20 points today, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. He still took 16 shots, but a lot of them were pretty poor quality, I must be honest. He made it more difficult than he had to. But at the same time, the Grizzlies were kind of in control of that game the whole way through. We didn't need to see Morant do any magical plays here. So that was a fat L. It was quite disappointing, really. I switched it off. I didn't watch most of that game because I didn't feel like that was going anywhere, but that sucks. So -4 units on the day. I've shared a screenshot of the tracker. I'll probably share the screenshot every single video, probably save me a little bit of time as well. So look, on the year, still looking pretty good for this YouTube channel. 59.3 units profit, 18.7% return on your investment. Prop 17.8 units ahead, value plays 48 units ahead. Not too much is changing. And let me know in the comments section, what are your thoughts? How do you find these videos? I have started to make a few changes to how things are being presented, so hopefully you guys are enjoying that. Is there anything else you want to see? Just let me know in the comment section. I'm doing this all for you, baby, and a little bit for me because I like doing it. But look, that's a wrap for me. I'll see you in the next one. Best of luck. Gamble responsibly. Peace.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to you live from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.